It has been a long 10 days, but we are back. Hi, everybody. My name is Ben Finkley, and I'm the CEO of Volacci, and this is the Volacci 3D channel. Today, we are continuing our assembly of the Prusa i3 MKS Plus. MKS Plus. It's the Prusa i3 MKS Plus, and we have already started this build on a previous live stream. That one was about 3 hours, and we built the frame. Today, I'm going to be installing the X-axis and then continuing on from there. And I hope to get a little bit further into the install today than just the X-axis, but we'll have to see how that goes. I am going to swap over here and get rid of some distractions. And then switch over. I took some time to change up the kind of the display and the cameras. I've added another side camera that, oh, it doesn't seem to be, is it on? There we go. I've added a side camera because I found in the first live stream I was doing a lot of stuff like right in this space and sometimes you couldn't see it. So added that side camera, and that'll be hopefully helpful to see some of the action up close. And then adjusted the, hopefully fixed the problem with my main top-down camera turning off periodically. So, all right, so let's dive right in. If you remember from last time, we got this whole thing done and assembled. And I apologize, it's been so long. It has been a very busy few weeks. But we have here, well, we have a helper here in the office today. And I'm going to clear her from playing with my stepper motors. Hey, everybody, this is Belle the cat. She is my desk cat. She spends her days right here sitting here keeping me company, and sometimes she's a bit of a rascal, and hopefully she'll calm down and we can get this thing built. So there she is. Belle, say hi to everybody. Hold on. There she is. Say hello. Yeah, there. That's about as good as you're gonna get. All right, here we go. Right, so jumping over to the assembly instructions, this is what we're going to be working on today. It's very easy, so that's good, and there's only 14 steps. So I've got the tools that I need. I got my screwdriver, my little needle nose pliers here, and my hex screws, hex wrenches, so we're good to go. And then they provide you with these. So this is the orange printed parts that comes with in the nice labeled bag there. So we're gonna toss that. And then it comes with all of these other pieces of hardware. And so this is what we get. So we should have one of these nuts. It's probably in here. Open that up. Video's all looking good. So we're gonna, as you know, I like to keep everything kind of organized here. So we're gonna need one of these, and we're gonna need one of the square nuts, and we're gonna need four of those. Got that, all looks good. One of those, we got that one. One of whatever that is. So that's an idler. I learned that. Here, let me hold it up to the side camera. So that's an idler. And it has no teeth, and it basically holds a belt in place. So there's one of those. And then, of course, the belted toothed, is this an idler? It's called something else for the actual belt. I wish they put the names of these things. It's a T16 2GT, so clearly that goes with a GT belt. So, and then we have 7 of these, and they are in a greasy bag. So very greasy in there, and I'm sure we're going to get to opening those sooner rather than later, but so I'm going to need probably some paper towels or some cloths, which fortunately I keep quite close by. All right, so we're going to use that to help us handle the grease. It's already grease. Haven't even opened the bag yet. All right, here we go. So we're good to go with the part count, and we're going to prepare these. Looks like they have them something like that. Right on. Okay, and we've got all those. In X-axis insert linear bearings. So we're going to insert the bearings. Don't insert it this way. That would be bad. Insert it from the back. So, okay, I guess we got to start opening these bearings. Can I? No, I'm going to need a scissor. Now, they didn't mention the scissors in the installation instructions. But we'll just, we'll forgive them for that. I guess everybody probably has some scissors laying around. So we're going to insert those. I don't think these have like one way or the other. And I guess the grease is a good thing because they've got a slide in. You can see that they are kind of in there. Not all the way. Kind of is flush at the back, and it says, oh great, something about 45 degrees. Make sure the first bearing in each printed part is pushed all the way down. I think I've already screwed up. So it's saying when you insert them, oh, they got to be spaced. I didn't do that. And then it says, make sure that they are offset. I kind of only partially did that. Okay, well, let's push these back out the other way. They don't give you a lot of instruction when you totally screw something up, but I can't do it. They are in there. Let's try. Let's try that. All right, there we go. And it wants me to push it all the way in. I guess we'll improvise on that and just go something like that. That's all the way in. So what I did, I just took my wrench, which of course barely fits in the hole there, and then I just pushed down, and that got it all the way in. And it wants me to offset the, taking a good look inside. I think if I put one of the bearings going straight down, so inside you can see like a row of ball bearings, and you just want to get the row, the bearings of these they're kind of crossways like this, and then I want to put the bearings of these, the second one that I'm inserting, kind of straight up and down. All right. I guess the learning on this step is read the instructions, Ben. RTFM. So there we go. I think that's in there pretty good. A little bit of grease everywhere, but right, let's go back and do the other one. And now that I'm experienced at shoving bearings into holes, hopefully I'll get this one right. Oh, these are nasty. And we're going to go ahead and do it the same way. So this is going to be crosswise. Bingo. And then we're going to put the next bearing in with the X up and down. With the so I've got the first one I put in had the bearings like this. This one is going to have the bearings in a cross shape, so that we maximize the surface area. So there's my bearings inserted. I've got my bearings. Sorry, dad joke. It's just hanging right there. All right, and then let's go on to step 5. In motor, insert the square nut all the way in. Insert the M3 times 30 screw. For now, we need the screw just to hold in place. Do not tighten the screw. Leave a 2 millimeter gap between the screw head and the plastic part. We will adjust the final position later. All right, so looks like this. We are, there we go. That looks more like it. We are inserting the square piece like that, all the way in. So you can see that the square piece is all the way in. Sorry about the focus on this little webcam. There's not really much I can do about that. Hopefully you'll be able to at least see what's going on. And then take the longer of the screws, which is that one, and I don't think this front part is actually threaded, but it is pretty tight tolerance, and so it doesn't want to go in. All right. Leave 2 millimeters. That looks about right. It's barely peeking out the other side. So there's that. And then step 6. X-end idler bearing assembly. So it looks like we've moved on to this guy. Let's do insert. Okay, do not use excessive force. You can break it. That was written, that should say, hey Ben, do not use excessive force. I do have a track record, I should say. Not a reputation, but I have a track record of breaking 3D printed parts by excessively screwing in screws and whatnot. But maybe I've learned my lesson. We're going to find out. Well, another good reason to have a cloth there is your parts don't go flying around when you inevitably drop them, which I do quite often. All right, there's that inserted. That was a little tight. In case you can't press it in, do not use excessive force. Okay. So insert the 623H bearing, which is the one that is not toothed. Sorry about that. No, thank you. I'll not accept any telemarketing calls at the moment. Maybe later. So inserted that. Use one of the M318 screws. To secure it in place. let's see, from this side. Got that in there, no problemo. And of course it says, hey, don't over tighten it. Hey, dude. Hey, you. Place your finger and make sure the bearing can rotate freely. And it does, it rotates freely. I think we're good. Let me tighten this just a hair. Yeah, rotating freely. We're good to go. Okay. Smooth rods pre-assembly. Take remaining smooth rods and compare their length. For x-axis, you need the longest rods. Okay, I got my rod sleeve right here. We need the longest. We have, uh-oh, that says I should have 6 rods left, and I don't. I only have 4 rods left. Well, it says I'm going to need the longest, so I'll take the longest. Maybe what the picture shows is not all that I have left. Maybe the instructions say all that you have left, but maybe the picture shows all of them. I would have to go back to check, and I'm not going to do that right now. But we'll just grab the longest 2 and hope it all goes to plan. What? All right, linear bearings. 3 of those. Several paper towels, check, and a permanent marker. Not included in the kit, but I keep my rusty trusty Sharpie handy, so there's that. Mark the bearings. So put a mark where you see the bearings. Wipe grease from the outer surface of the bearing with a paper towel or a baby diaper. Technically, these are not baby diapers, but whatever. So what I love about live streaming is that it lets me talk to myself and not feel weird about it. I talk to myself all the time. Don't tell anybody that. Not that anybody's watching. Well, you know, I could open up the chat just in case somebody is watching. Let's see. Average watch time 8 seconds. Awesome. Well, I can't see that. I can't see where the chat is. Ah, there we go. There's the chat. So let me just put the chat somewhere that I can see it all the time. And then I'll move over back to my assembly process. Sorry, a little bit of housekeeping here. There's nowhere good to put it. Okay, I'm monitoring chat now, so if you do have anything to say it in the chat. Speak into the purse. All right, so we're gonna wipe off grease, and we're gonna mark where the bearings are, probably because once again, we're going to want to align them in some capacity. So there those are. Get the Sharpie going, and we're gonna mark them. So we got one there, and there. Got one there, and there's the fourth one. Now we're doing this on all of them. Okay. Do the same procedure for the remaining bearings. So I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see that. No. I did fix the autofocus as well, so maybe it'll... Okay, there we go. So you can see up in there, there are some bearings, just a row of ball bearings. And so it's what I'm doing is just marking wherever I see a row. Where's the pin? Wherever I see a row of ball bearings, I'm just putting a mark here on the outside of the ball bearing. Probably because in a minute we're gonna be aligning these. All right, I think that one's good, and that's important. There. Making sure everything rolls smoothly is going to lead to a smoothly printing printer. So I like it. Okay, so one of them is going to get one of my bearings, which now have my fingerprints all over them. So let me wipe those off. And we're going to slide one on there, slide the other one on there, like so, and then we're going to slide the last one on here. There we go. Something like that. Okay, so what it's saying is we're going to insert this like this, and this like that. Must be, right? Oh no, that's not the right spot. Aha, that's the right spot. It says gently insert them and don't tilt. Oh, okay, that popped right in. Coolo. I hope it was right. Oh, okay, yeah. All right, let's put all right, my Sharpie markings are different, so I'm gonna turn them around so that my Sharpies are facing the same way. And well, now the ADHD part of me wants the Masumis to they'll all be facing the same way. So I'm sure that has nothing to do with making your print better, but I don't know. That would bother me. All right, so those are in. Bingo. X-axis. Assemble. Assembly. There is an opening. Ah, so there is an opening to make sure, look at that, that little, see if you can look through that little window and you can see the rod, then you know that you did it right. That you inserted it all the way. And I can see the rod in all four. Hopefully you can see. There's one of them. There's the other. So they inserted them all the way. There we go. Yay me. What's next? Step 10. The X-axis motor pulley. So I'm going to need the pulley, which I have, and then I'm going to need the X-axis motor, which is right here. Now, how do we know this is the X-axis motor? Because it says X-axis. So we can assume that that is the X-axis motor. Ensure you use the correct motor. And so it looks like it has the, so they've got it with the cords coming out of the part away from me, and then spin until the flat part of this is up. Then slide the pulley on with the teeth toward. So there's that. And then in a second, 1, 2, so it has to be with one of them, one of these little grub screws facing directly up, which is to match up with this flat face. Don't press the pulley against the motor. Okay, yep, I did that. So leave a gap so the pulley can rotate freely. Don't tighten the pulley firmly yet. We'll do that later. Slightly tighten both screws. Okay, so there's 2 screws. And so it says, don't push it all the way in. And then, well, clumsy. And then slightly tighten both. So I'm assuming I'm going to use my bearing insert device to turn these. Slightly tighten, which I assume means we want to get them just so that they're tight enough where this thing is not moving, and then we'll probably tighten them down a little bit more. So slightly tightened. Yeah, looks good to me. X-axis motor assembly. All right, we got our 3 remaining screws and the parts that we've assembled so far. Huh. Easy enough. And so I want that facing up, the power cord thing facing towards me, and the hook thingy also coming in from the side. So this is kind of a little bit in the way. Let me just scooch like this. So I think this is what I want. That all, yeah, that all looks right. And then just tighten those in with screws like that. All right. No problem. There's some instruction that's going to say, don't tighten with your right hand, tighten only with your left hand. What are you doing? Crap. Oh, we got some filament in there. Well, there's some filament in that one too. Nothing to worry about. This whole thing will get lots of exposure to filament. All right. Tighten them so the positions are at the back of the oval hole like in the picture. At the back. the back of the oval hole. Yep. So at the back of the oval hole. Okay, I think we got it. And tighten. So what's cool about these orange parts is that they, of course, are 3D printed parts. So what Joe has done is he's used the 3D printer that he originally built to print 3D parts to build better 3D printers and so forth. And now he uses the 3D printers that he has to build parts so that guys like me can build 3D printers. And he's built a very large and successful company doing that. So Haribo time, yay! So here's the thing about me is that I don't eat. I do what's it called? Intermittent fasting. I eat one meal a day, which is at dinner time, and so I am not going to eat my Haribo. But I can say that I'm very excited that my x-axis is fully assembled. So there we go, and we are just a few minutes shy of how long we've been streaming. "31 minutes." So hopefully, is that a good time? How long did it say it was going to take? Did it give me a time estimate? Did not. But they're right. It's very easy. Let's go. X-axis assembly. So now we're going to mount this dude. Also very easy. Same tool selection. Assembling motor holders. Okay. So I have the plastic parts set. So this says 4Z axis. We are on 4Z axis. All right. So I guess this x-axis is going to get mounted up later on. So there's all those parts. I'm going to set this over here and come back to it in a minute. We're going to need probably this baggie that says 4Z axis. And a whole bunch of screws are in there. So let's get those dumped out. All kinds of different stuff in there. Right, we're just going to assume that's going to go to plan. Why not? All right, so we need 3 of the 6 of those. So we need 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Got a little ringing there on your prints, Prusa. It's a little little ringing compensation might be in order. All right, let's see. They don't mention these black parts yet, so we're going to set those aside. Okay. Right goes on the right. I think I can handle that part. And then it just screws in place. So this is where I want my electric drill, which is out, of course, it's just out in the garage. So I'm going to be back in 1 second. So my print farm is currently out in my garage, so that's why I had taken so many of my tools and stuff out there. And I know what you're thinking. You shouldn't be using a driver on these things. And so the reason is I get carpal tunnel from putting these things together. So what I'm very carefully going to do is just get these things started and most of the way in, and then I'll do the final. The final bit of tightening will happen by hand. So that's all because I have spent years typing on the computer, and so I just get these really weird pains in my hand. But I don't recommend it that you you know, because it's just so easy to strip these out. So if you do, go slow and evenly. And I'm wondering if I maybe... Seems okay. Let's get the last few in there with the screwdriver. There we go. Seems solid. Other side done. This time I'm not going to insert the screws all the way. I said I was going to use the screwdriver, but all right. I went a little too far on that one. It's pretty tight. Good and tight. Good and tight. Guten night. Right on. Those are inserted. 6 of the screws. There's a left and a right version. Placing the Z screw covers. All right, I'm going to need my Z axes. I love that this has a dual Z axis. That's awesome. Super cool. Pre-inserted. Is there a left and right for these? Left and right for these. There is a left and right. All right. Remove the trapezoidal nuts. Do not throw them away. And then put the little black dudes on there. Okay. So I need those. And these are, that's a pretty, okay, a little stringy on there, never hurt anybody. Those come right off, look at that. Boom. Oh wow, that's not easy. That's kind of stiff. Too bad this is not a motor that I could hook up and then tell it to spin while I hold it down. Motor must be able to, all right, screw them all the way down, but not too tight. Okay, my hand hurts. You're just screwing this thing all the way down. Z screw covers. All right, so there's that one, not too tight. It's got to be able to spin freely. Looks like it's all the way down. I'm going to put this back on for now, just so I don't lose it. Well, that spins easily. Wow, why doesn't the little one do that? All right, you go over there while I take this one off. So this is the unglamorous part of assembling your Prusa i3 MKS Plus, is screwing these doodads on and off. It's not ideal. Oh yeah, it's so tight. I mean, it's not too tight, it's moving, but it's just like, okay, that's not easy. Yeah, that technique doesn't work. And if you see that large blister on my right finger, that's where I grabbed a hot end yesterday. Gave myself an old 2nd degree burn. So don't ever let anybody tell you that 3D printing doesn't have at least somewhat of a danger component, because I gave myself a pretty good burn. Probably going to need a break because my hand is cramping up. I know, I'm pathetic. All right, there we go. It spins freely all the way down. Let's put this one back on. Just because I don't want to lose it. Which way did it go? All right. Those are on. The left Z motor, the right Z motor. 8 screws. All right. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We'll put those in a little corner by themselves. Okay. And then cord goes under. Double check. This is the axis left. Cord goes under like so. All right. See the second picture. The motor with the shorter cable is on the left. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. The motor with the shorter cable. All right, we're just going to set these up. Yep. The motor cables must be oriented towards the frame. I guess it's calling this the frame. So towards the frame, which is that way. There's a small cutout, which they don't picture, but there's a small cut, I guess right there is about as close. That small cutout must be where for the cable, I mean, I guess. Okay. So then the last picture shows the screw coming up from below. So I'm gonna have to take these off, which is effortless compared to getting those access covers on. And then I've got to insert underneath like so, with the cable going back that way, and it's ridged, so it kind of like, it just kind of pops into place, and then the screws go on the top. Luckily I have my drill, because I don't know that I could hold these and screw. I could, but this is easier. Get that in there. So another reason to go slow when you screw these in is that if you go fast, you can melt the plastic, which is, you know, then you're not holding on. The screw's not holding on to anything. Ask me how I know about that. But it does, you know, screw metal on plastic. It does generate heat, and yeah, you can just slag it. So once again, I'm not doing this for speed. I'm doing it for just to save my wrist. Hand and wrist, so this just helps, saves a little wear and tear. That one's kind of on the inside, I'm not sure. It seems to be going in straight. there's that. Get that a little bit of a final tightening. And we're good to go. All right, let's get the other one going. Cable coming out the back into its little slot, and we drop in our screws. Okay, second one mounted up. Get our final tighten down. And that feels pretty solid and nice. And we got our first orange. The first orange mounted onto the printer. Yay! There it is. Cool. Oh, that's a cool. There you go. Boom. Tilt that up. You can kind of see what's going on there. Right on. Right on. What's next? Trapezoidal nuts part 1. The step you've been looking forward to this whole time. Trapezoidal nuts part 1. All right, so we're going to drop our these are the M318s. So let's just double check that that's an M318. Yeah. So I just have the Prusa cheat sheet taped to my wall here. So there's those, and then you're gonna. Oh, we're back to the x-axis, are we? Belle, what are you doing? Can you sit down? Come here. There you go. Okay. Turn the x-axis upside down and insert the nuts into traps on both x ends. Okay. Turn it upside down. Okay. I noticed that they don't show anybody actually doing that. Because how am I going to get my finger in there? Well, I am having a profound sense of deja vu right now. That's really weird. Went right in. Cool. All right, so there's that one inserted. Kind of inserted. Doesn't look like it's all the way in. That one's easy. Getting that one in, I don't even know how people do that. Something like that. And we'll get the other side. We'll do the easy one first. Bingo. And then the hard one. It's a struggle, and I'm not holding it in a way that you can see what I'm doing, but it's ridiculous. I have huge hands, and which is why I'm always over tightening everything. I'm supposed to get it into there? Really? And there goes my mouse. I don't know, guys. Oof, it slid right in. Okay. Once you get the angle, it went right in. My mouse. All right. X-axis trapezoidal nuts. Carefully rotate the x-axis onto its backside. And insert the trapezoidal nuts into each X end. Alexa, turn on the office fan. All right. Does that part go? It does. It goes in. Okay. Sorry, let me adjust this. So you can see, let's see, still can't see. So we got this part, and it goes right in. Just like that, and then there are screw holes. And then that's gonna go into the captured nut that we just inserted a second ago. So let's get those in. Oh, there it goes. Just captured. Bingo. All right. Piece of cake, really? Yeah, it's not inserted all the way. So it's not gonna screw in. I think it's like half turned, and so it doesn't want to. It doesn't want to quite capture. The nut is not quite in straight. Let's see if we can't work it around a little bit. Up. Maybe that did it. That seems to have done the trick. We are in hand tighten. Bingo, other side, other side. Get that tightened down. And we're good to go. Done. Okay, besides the x-axis, please prepare the following step. Prepare for the following step. The smooth rods, which we do have. Here. This process should be smooth, otherwise you might damage the thread inside the plastic nut. Repeat the axis, reseat the axis if necessary. All right. Carefully slide the X axis on the trapezoidal lead screws. By rotating both screws simultaneously, let the X axis slide until both trapezoidal lead screws are visible. If you feel any significant resistance, try to reseat the axis first. Make sure the top smooth rod of the x-axis and the lower edge of the frame are parallel. Make sure the top smooth rod of the x-axis, I have these upside down, all right. Top smooth rod and the lower edge of the frame are parallel. Okay. Now please be very careful. Gently insert the remaining smooth rods through the bearings on the x-axis all the way down into the printed parts. Do not apply too much force and do not tilt the rod. In case you manage to push the out ball bearings, please count them. Okay, blah, blah, blah. All right. So it goes on, and then you twist. And then you, what did it say? Turn both of them simultaneously. Gorgeous. That was easy. Oh yeah, that's awesome. So you just turn these two dudes and the two lead screws, and it just goes right on. That's just the best. All right, let's see. I want to make sure that it's pretty even. Parallel. Seems good. Okay, seems okay. Woo! That was neat. All right, and I got a gap. And then gently slide the rods in. All right. In they go. Whee! And into the plastic base. Bingo. All right, this is starting to look like a 3D printer. I don't know what you guys think, but this looks like almost a 3D printer. We have an x-axis, we have a y-axis. I feel it like snap in, so it seems okay though. No, it's high. It's high. Z-axis top parts. I got those. Somebody's at the door. Looks like I got a delivery. Let me go grab that. Be right back. Thanks. Okay, final 4 screws for this step anyway. And then these just go right on. Easy breezy. Lemon squeezy. Piece of cake. Okay. That works. Final 2 pieces, 2 screws for this step anyway. All right, in we go. There we go. Looks pretty good. Haribo. All right, we're skipping that. Z-axis is finished. Now the Z-axis is done. Check the final look. Compare it to the assembly. All right. I mean, other than the cable not being wrapped around the X-axis, but we can do that, no problem. No cables, they have no cables sticking out there. But okay, other than that, it looks solid. E-axis, so the E-axis, E is for extruder. So we are going to install the extruder now. That's cool, right? We're making progress. Difficulty, very difficult. 67 steps. Holy moly. We're on stage 5 of 9. So we're about to go into what would be, I guess, the halfway point. So, all right. We can do it. Few tips. This is the most important and hardest chapter. Take your time, don't rush. Properly assemble extruder is necessary. All right, we're at an hour and 11 minutes or so, hour and 10 minutes. So another 30, 35 minutes to get through the previous stage. Now we're gonna go into the hardest stage. The bag with fasteners includes M3020 and M3018. Make sure you don't mix them. Pay attention to the instructions when to use the M3020s. Keep the magnets apart in sufficient distance they can break each other. The hot end needs a shorter PTFE tube compared to the MK3S. Oh, that's the previous model. All right, I don't know anything about that. Pay great attention to cable management. If you miss some important step, you would need to disassemble the extruder. This bag includes extra fasteners. What the what? How am I going to know if I'm... All right, for this one, I'm going to read. Okay. Extruder body. The E-axis. All right. There's the E-axis, and then there's the E-axis. That's a lot of parts. See adapter printer, a CVFS lever, here we go. Separate bag, but it's here. get all this stuff back into the bag. Because it's just a lot. Crowding up my space here. I'm going to keep this handy because it has the measurements on it, and it's just convenient because they did go on and on about how you could screw this up by mixing up the screws. So we're gonna got our magnets that came together in the same little, in an old drive box, and then we have our screws. And another belt. I need that for now, I think. Oh, okay. Let's see. We do need that one. Okay, we need an 18. Okay, yeah. Wow. The 18s and the 20s are very, very close. So that's an 18. And you need a 10. That's a 20. That's got to be the 10. Okay. M3NS nut, which means square. And here, M3NS nut, 2 M3Ns. So the hexagonal ones. Come on. 2 of the 3 ends. You need a steel ball. You need the magnets. Okay. Got everything we need. Flip this over. Insert. There we go. Insert these. Come on. Doesn't want to go, Joseph Prusa. Ah, come on. use the Allen wrench to ensure that it is inserted all the... No, it's not. It looks inserted all the way, but it is not there. There we go. Okay, and then we got the little hex boys. Ah, come on. Yo, yo, yo. Done. Oh, and then he wants the purple step. Secure they're not using the M310. I can do that. Tighten the screw just slightly. Then we're going to add a super pinda. Sweet. So there goes that. Slightly tightened. And then flip it over on this side. Hello, Belle. And insert. Are you helping? You a helper? She's a helper. Belle just likes to be involved, I think. She just wants to be around when the stuff goes down. There's that. There we go. That's it. And then the magnet. Which one? Smaller magnet, insert carefully in the FS lever. The majority of the magnet will be hidden in the part, and this is this little small part with the hole in it. And this one. Now, once they are separated, you don't want those magnets coming back together because they will snap together, pinching you, giving you blisters, more blisters, and possibly breaking each other. I've had all of those things happen to me at some point. And so, yeah, the instructions were good instructions, I think. These parts don't really fit together. Hello, Belle. She's giving me the sleepy eye look. Come on. I can't get him in. I'm confused. All right. Okay. Seems like there's a slightly inserted more. Does that seem right? That seems about right. Okay. FS lever assembly. Okay, all right. So then this piece gives some X's and whatnot. this is part of the filament sensor. All right, so this goes in there like that. M318. Tighten, but ensure the lever can move freely. Cool. So, filament sensor. So it will tell you when your printer is out of filament and stop the print. That moves freely. Insert the bigger magnet. We'll see. Magnets need to repel each other. Well, that's cool. All right. So insert it so that the magnets repel each other. Not like that. Yes, like that. Ooh, wait. That's so cool. That's so neat. All right, I'm impressed. Color me impressed. And it goes. Okay. Sweet. Steel ball assembly. Says to clean the inside. If there's any, if it's not moving freely, which it's not, so there's just a little bit of filament holding everything in place. All right. Seems better. All right, so there's that. Place the printer part together with the steel ball in the extruder body. See the rounded protrusion on the printed part. It must fit into the groove of the extruder body. The surfaces of both parts should be almost aligned. Okay. Almost aligned. Those are pretty well aligned. Cool. So the magnets when the filament runs through that path right there, it forces the magnets close to each other. Probably there's some sort of contact with that steel ball. And then that is not made, telling the printer motherboard, hey, we've got filament. When the filament runs out, it pushes the ball to make contact with something. We're going to get there. And then that'll send a signal to the motherboard to say, hey, whoa, whoa, whoa. That's pretty genius, honestly. I love it. All right, I'm gonna need, so we're setting that aside. Gonna need this one. And we're going to need our last motor. And probably this little cheeky dude. And 2 M10 screws. All right, we can do that. There's a set of Bondtech gears. Make sure you have all the parts and you're using the correct ones. There's a set of Bondtech gears. Use now. Bondtech gear with the screw set. If the screw is out, gently screw it in, leaving space for the shaft. Use later. Bondtech without a set screw. Keep the bearings somewhere safe. They tend to roll away. Okay. Bondtech. I didn't see that. Found extruder box. It doesn't say anything about Bondtech. So Bondtech is a company that makes geared extruders. Is that maybe what this is? That must be what that is. Oh, I didn't see the second picture. Oh, I see now. Okay, so use now with the one with the set screw. Okay. And save the rest for later. Not that one. There it is. Okay, take the extruder motor plate and secure it using 2 M3 screws. Got the cable coming toward me. the flat part headed off to my left. And then we take this and it goes on. Yeah, that just slotted right in place. I'm going to go ahead and get that filament out of there. So I'm assuming that's not going to help anything. Okay. Secure that in place. Resist the temptation to place a screw in the third hole. Leave it for later. Rotate it so that the wire is coming off to the flat part must face in the direction of the arrow. Okay, I already did that. Slide the gear on the shaft. The geary part is up. The grub screw is toward me. Like that. Okay, so there's a path, and it wants me to align the grub screw approximately with the path. Okay, I see what it's saying. So there's a little indented part that's about the size of some 1.75 millimeter filament, and there's some grooves in there also on this extruder gear, and it's wanting me to make sure that that's those gears are going to line up with the filament when a piece of filament slides through. So we're going to tighten that grub screw slightly with an entirely too large hex. Where's my smaller one? Betcha money it's out in the garage. All right, I'll be right back. find my set of screws. I was like, screwdrivers. Ah, they're right here. Right on. Okay, well, anyway, I grabbed some other ones that probably will get the job done. All right, let's line this up again. Okay, not tightens too tight, but there nonetheless. Okay. No, we don't need. All right, let's see. Well, I've got a problem with one of my other printers. I'm trying to look for see if there's a way I can pause the stream, but I don't think you can pause a stream. I think once you go, you go. So, all right, we're gonna end this for now, and we'll just stream another one. We should start another stream anyway. Okay, that's it. I'm gonna end for now. I'll stream again, and give me like half an hour. I gotta get some stuff taken care of with one of my print farm printers, and then we'll continue and hopefully get this extruder all put together. Cheers! Thanks for being here.